In our last few videos, we were looking closer at the spiritual battles that we face in our lives. And if you remember from Matthew chapter 4, we took a closer look at Jesus and his memoirs. And we understood this. Jesus was tested to be self-sufficient, spectacular, and to take shortcuts. Now, what I wanted to get to in our last video, but didn't, I want to briefly cover now. We saw in the temptation that Jesus faced was he was to take a shortcut to what God was leading him to accomplish. The shortcut is tempting because he could avoid the cross. Now, what I want to share with you is one other way we take, I guess I could say, a shortcut. Or really what we're just trying to do is avoid suffering, struggle, or taking up our cross. And that's done through compromise. I'll say this plainly and directly. Evil cannot be overcome by compromising with evil. You will have no victory in your life over what binds you if you continue to make deals with what you know is slowly destroying you. Think about it this way. I'm going to give you a bit of a crude illustration, but just stay with me. If I made for you a plate of brownies and they're covered in caramel and there's chocolate chips in there just to make it better and they're just about perfect, and as I hand you the plate of brownies and you're looking at those and you're like, those look good. And I say, oh, you know what? One thing I forgot to tell you, there's just a little bit of mud in them, and where the mud was in my yard that I got from, my dog was over there too, so, you know, she may have added a little flavor just as well, but it's just a little bit, and so it's no big deal. Would you eat them? Well, of course not. Just because there's a little mud mixed in, you're like, I'm not touching that. You see, the same is true in our lives. Behavior that we often justify is, well, it's no big deal. It's a little bit of evil mixed in with our life. It's not really a problem. Yes, it is. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 15 and 16 says this, "But just as he who called you is holy, so be holy in all you do. For it is written, be holy because I am holy." Holy, set apart. In all you do means no compromise. God wants you and me to be set apart from what will destroy us, set apart from evil. So, quick evaluation. Where in your life are you letting what you know is wrong, but yet you keep telling yourself, it's no big deal. It's slowly ruining you. It's compromise. It's a shortcut. Now's the time to reject the temptation to believe it's no big deal, for evil cannot be overcome by compromising with evil.